front of a large audience, about to watch a very strange movie. Jack, thanks for helping. Doing a great job of what I can see. Beautiful. Wow. Well, you're in for a treat. Well, many of you know that already, and for the newcomers, welcome. This is a special movie, a special experience, really, for me, for so many reasons. You know, I'm just remembering my dear friend David and how I miss him every day and how special he was. But when I first started in movies, our first film together was Dune, which was, yeah, thank you. Kind of a mess, but you know, it was a David Lynch mess. It doesn't get better than that, I'll tell you that. But that's where I met David, and that's where, you know, fell in love with him, you know, and, but I was so young, I didn't really understand David. I don't know if I ever really understood David, to be honest. I mean, he's so interesting. But the bond was established, and he did an amazing thing for me. You know, Dune came out, reception was not great. Mm-hmm. I had not been able to do anything between the time that we filmed Dune and the Dune came out. There was no other projects that I had because I couldn't contractually. And so Dune came out and kind of went away, and my career kind of went, like it was just a tone, you know, there wasn't much going on. And David, bless his heart, he reached out and said, I want you to do Blue Velvet with me. And in this world, as many of you are here in the business, you understand that he didn't have to do that. You know, when you're associated with something that's maybe not a big success, you know, a lot of people turn their backs and they walk away. Not David. David did not do that. He reached out to me and he gave me another chance. And together we did Blue Velvet. And we had the time of our lives, I gotta tell you. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. And I got to work with some extraordinary people. Dennis Hopper, Isabella Rossellini, Laura Dern, Dean Stockwell, Brad Dourif. I mean, the list goes on. And right out there, our fearless leader was David. And this was a director, this was a man who was in his element. Where Dune might have been a little challenging, well, it was more than a little challenging, honestly. Blue Velvet was right in his wheelhouse. And he was so happy. There's nothing better than seeing David Lynch happy, I gotta tell you. Mm-hmm. We filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina. I guess it was summertime, late summer of 1985. Many things happened on this shoot. Laura Dern and I fell in love. We dated for 4 years. Yes, we did. I don't know why I went there, but it's KJ's fault, honestly. He's talking about Laura, and I happen to love Laura very, very much. So anyway, she's an amazing person and an amazing actress, obviously. But there were just a lot of wonderful things. And there were some challenging things as well. I think you'll see tonight one thing to think about when you see Laura Dern and I sitting in the car outside the church in a beautifully lit scene. All the trees are so beautiful and lovely. You know how long it took to light those trees? All night. Fred Elms took it. They looked beautiful. But it gave Laura and me about one take each. Like bang here, let's get it before the sun goes up. But we got it. And it's just full of little stories like that. One of my favorites is also the chicken walk, when the chicken walk was born. So the story with the chicken walk is, there was a friend of my dad's who was a big golfer. We were all golfers growing up, right? And so he was kind of a lunatic. And he showed me the chicken walk when I was in high school. And I always got a big kick out of it. We would do it for each other because it was just so goofy. And I just filed it away, you know, as you do as an actor. You just put it on like a little 3x5 card, stick it in your head. And cut to Blue Velvet. We're looking for a funny little moment to break the ice with Laura. And I'd done the chicken walk for David, because of course he does the chicken kit. Anyone know about the chicken kit? There's one. Well, you can research it. Anyway, so David had this thing called the chicken kit, and so one day I just sprung the chicken walk on him, and he laughed like a surprisingly like a choke laugh where you're not expecting a laugh, but it's so funny. And David kind of did this thing, and he loved it, loved it. So he says to me when we're filming this, we're walking along, and he's got Laura coming out of the shadows. It was really, really important that Laura appear out of total darkness. That's really hard to do. So you'll see, she just appears out of darkness. You can't even see her coming. Anyway, we have a little scene, we walk together, we do stuff. And at one point, David, and he would do this, he would say, Kale, because he was calling me Kale back then. You know the derivation of that, right? Okay, so that was Dino De Laurentiis, because he couldn't say my name. He couldn't say Kyle, so he'd, Kale, and he'd say it like that. David loved that. Loved it. He started calling me Kale, which I didn't mind at all. I loved it too. So anyway, he leans to me and says, Kale, on this take, I want you to do the chicken walk, just here and here. Don't tell Laura. The whole time I'm walking along going, oh, when am I going to do this? When am I going to do this? I don't know. So nervous. And finally, I just leaned to her and I was trying so hard not to laugh. I said, do you know the chicken walk? And I was like, I'm going to crack up here if I'm not careful. And she goes, oh, no. And then I do this crazy little thing. So all of that is like totally improv, made up on the spot. And that's just David being David and being brilliant and steering us in the right direction. I don't know. I love this film. It sort of helped bring me back, kind of reset me on a career path. I have so many memories. I'll just say I'm working on a memoir right now that's going to come out, I think, at the end of this year, and I talk a lot about this movie in there. So, and there's more stories in there. I can't remember them, but there are more in there. But anyway, just so nice that you're here, remembering David. I love the man so much. I can't even begin to explain it, and it's a tragedy that he's gone. But he left us with some great stuff. And I think, KJ, I think you said it well when you said you're going to see this whatever time, first time, second time, eighth time, it's going to look differently. It's going to be a different journey. So I'm really jealous you guys are going to go through that right now. So enjoy. So nice that you're here. Thanks for having me. And we'll see you again. Thank you.